Well, we have yet another pastor going after Trump. I mean, what is with these people? We're going to get into the details, guys. Before I go any further, I got to give a special shout out here to Araberto, who recently became a $5 patron, helping to support the channel. Thank you so much, Araberto. And for those of you watching me, if you would like to help support the ministry here, you could do so as well. Patreon.com/conservative truth. That link in the description gets you access to over 20 exclusive podcasts where I talk more about sensitive information. You get the alerts for anything that goes out on Patreon. Unlike YouTube, you're not going to be notified of all the videos that I put out, even if you have that bell selected, because YouTube doesn't like me, but I know you guys like me. So when you get done watching me here, browse back, check what you've missed. Please like this video, share it, hit the bell, subscribe, and I wear the glasses because I'm blind. Now, another pastor. Like I said, Pastor John Piper writing this blistering blog post about Trump and how horrible he is. Now, of course, Piper was the pastor for a long time, over 30 years, over there in Bethlehem Baptist Church in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Took it upon himself to write this blog post about the president, calling him a danger, saying that his deadly behavior is going to lead to destruction. Really, destruction. I just don't know where these pastors get off coming against the president of the United States like this. I really don't. You know, this is someone in Trump who, is defending religious liberty, who's fighting for life, who's trying to fight to, secure our borders and keep our national security, keep this country safe. But that's not good enough for these people. Now, why is it such an issue for Piper? Well, the main thing for him in this blog post, one of the things that I picked up on is the fact that, he doesn't like the fact that he is so immoral. He's so brash. You notice how it always goes back to that, right? You remember the whole thing with Billy Bush back in the 2016 election when he was running against Hillary, when Trump was running against Hillary. They brought up the old tape. Remember what Trump said about women, everything like that? They constantly play up to this. Now, you would think a pastor, someone like a John Piper, would possibly understand what it would mean to be forgiven. But obviously not. What they want, what all of these pastors want, or so-called Christians, anybody that puts the Christian label over themselves, they want a pastor to be their president. It's evident. It's evident. Or they want someone that's absolutely perfect, like all of them are, right? Because they're all so perfect, so high and mighty on their little pedestal, so much better than everybody else. I'm a Christian. I'm a pastor. Respect my title. I don't respect anything about you. I don't have to. A title is a title. Where's the fruit of you? Where's the fruit of what you're actually producing? That's what we look at. We look at the fruit. I don't care about what your title is. I could care less. It means nothing to me. He goes on in the post to talk about the fact that those so-called Christians who are voting for policies for those individuals, meaning Trump, who support freedom and life, that's not good enough. And that is actually detracting from what the Word of God says. Detracting. So life isn't important enough for Mr. John Piper. That's not important enough. Fighting for our freedoms, that's not important enough. Securing our borders, that's not important enough. The fact that this is not a pastor being Trump because he uses some bad language every now and then. He talked about the vulgarity issue. He just can't bring himself to vote for someone like that. It would just go against his better judgment. It's just not Christ-like. But again, when did God ever really use all these perfect people throughout the Bible? He didn't pick perfect people. He picked people that had flaws. He picked people that had problems. These were people that were messed up individuals. If you looked at their life, you would think, how in the world would God select a certain person like that to carry out a job, a call that they had on his life? Why would God, just do that? He wasn't looking for perfect. He was looking for people who he could use to fulfill his will, like a Trump. But you got pastors like John Piper and so many others out there. They all come out right before the election. Even if they really didn't care so much, you think they would just shut up. Just don't say anything. Nobody cares about your opinion then at that point. Especially after he put out the blog post, Piper said that I'm not voting for either Biden or Trump. He's like, I can't bring it to myself to vote for either one of these two. Well, I guess at least he's not voting for Biden, right? But to go out there and put Trump on blast like this and just say all this ridiculous stuff because he doesn't like the fact that he uses brash language and that he's had issues in his past with women and all this, and it's all Christians' fault. No, don't vote for presidents that are going to support life. No, we don't want to talk about the fact of all the babies, what's happened in this country. No, Piper doesn't want to talk about that. No, that's not important. The exact reason why this country is in the shape it's in right now is because people like Piper, who refused to call it out all those years that he was pastoring there in Minneapolis. Maybe if you talked about that from your pulpits a little bit more, we wouldn't be in the situation that we're in right now. But I could keep talking about this, guys, but I don't want to get myself in trouble. So I'm going to hear from you. Let me know what you think down below in the comment section about what John Piper had to say here, and I'll put some more info for you in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'll be back with more. You guys take care. Please be safe out there. God bless each and every single one of you, and I'll talk with you soon.